Yo, 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 mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me make myself a bit larger, people. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. RPM 10, they titled this playlist, so maybe this was a 10-year remaster, but we're listening to Revolutions Per Minute by Rise Against. Oh, it actually states RPM 10 in the background of the cover. I don't know if this is a revisit. We've got plenty of demos on here, which we won't listen to. We're only listening to the studio recordings. But we're returning back to Rise Against. We did the debut, which was a good listen. And I think now we're only going to improve in tone. I think we're going to stray a little less so from the driving hardcore punk sound and a little more so into the melodic sort of heart jerkers that we sort of associate this band with. I knew a couple of tunes off of this back in the day. This is the Voted to Cuckoo Cachoo, by the way, via the Patreon, who's recommended this. Thank you very much for doing so. I do appreciate you for that. I'm aware of Like the Angel. I think that was on the Tony Hawk soundtrack. I might have heard Broken English back in the day. Although we got two Broken Englishes on here. One being slightly longer than the other. So I wonder why that is. Maybe that's the demo, but they just haven't titled it demo. Anyway, let's just move on forwards. If I get confused, I'll get confused along the way. But this is Black Masks and Gasoline. It's track number 1. Let's go. Did you hear that, yeah? Let's go. Fat Records this was put out on, and supposedly this must be the revisit that was put out in 2013. This was definitely out before 2013, wasn't it? I remember hearing some of these songs when I was in high school. So 2013, yeah, it was. The drumming is very good. Sounds like the guy from Sick of It All, Lou Collier, is it? I think I said that on the first album. Let's go. Powerhouse of an introductory tune, eh? Then you ask the question, will it get better from here? I wondered. Plenty of space to maneuver with this sound. Great guitars. The fact that the guitars are so simplistic, generally speaking, it allows the drumming to really take the forefront of that instrumental. The drumming's fantastic. I mean, we're not delivering a flurry of drum fills and like technicality as such, but great production on it. Complete powerhouse. Gives a great contrast to the more melodic style of vocal when you've just got this excessive punk beat, man. Really good, really good. Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We've got a music video. Rise Against, we're listening to. This one's entitled Heaven Knows. I'm going to be blocking up half of the video. Doesn't make a difference. This isn't about the video. It's more so about the music. Let's go. Track 2. Great sound on that snare there. The only blend of two guitars we get, as far as two guitars doing different, we'll have one guitar playing the lower register power chords, and we'll have the other guitar playing octave chords. Very good. It's not Good Charlotte, but I always associate them octave chords with early Good Charlotte, man. They were very good at doing that. These dudes can structure a song, eh? We've got the mosh section. A band like this would do really well in hardcore, like now. Sing along, stage dives, mosh. Anymore. Yeah, I know some of you out there are going to be getting very emotional to this. I've got no real connection to this band from my youth, aside from a couple of tunes I had back in the day. But this is one of them bands that sort of take you back to a time and a place and an age, right? I have no doubt about that. I think this is a really cool band, but I'm not sort of connecting with the emotional energy as much as my younger self would have. But don't get me wrong, I'm completely in awareness of the emotional impact this band has, you know, when it makes sense to you. We've got Dead Ringer coming up next, track 3. Yo, there's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Devoted to QQ Kachu via the Patreon. This one's entitled Dead Ringer. It's a brief one at 1 minute 31 seconds long. We're listening to Rise Against. Let's go. Hardcore. D-beat. If you want to know how you can identify a D-beat, people, rhythmically speaking, burnt banana bread. Burnt banana bread, burnt banana bread, burnt banana bread. It's cool when they take it to a little more of a rootsier sound, a bit more of a like a mid-80s New York hardcore sound, but truth be told, well, I say mid-80s, maybe I'm wrong in saying that, maybe more so of an early 90s hardcore still being hardcore and not being influenced by the metal sound. But, you know, when you hear the emphasis and the songwriting capabilities that we have had either side of that song, it detracts from the value of the record, I would say, personally. That's my opinion. But with that being said, have we got many other short tunes? I guess we've got To The Core, which is quite funny, considering it's probably a hardcore song, at 1 minute 33 seconds long, coming in late in the record. This next song is going to be entitled Halfway There, alright? Yes, now bless. Now, don't forget the rest. Now, there's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, listening to Rise Against as recommended and as devoted to QQ Kachu via the Patreon. Thank you for the recommendation. It's much appreciated. This is the second record by Rise Against. We have done the debut, and now we're progressing through the discography. So this one's entitled Halfway There. Let's go. Oh, I just clicked mute instead of play. Come on. California. that's the closest to a gang chant we've had so far. You know what? This band would be larger than life with gang chants. I don't know why they don't throw more into it, to be fair with you. What even a gang chant, more like a backing vocal. Good tune, quite a bit of sentimental value to that. Metaphorical per se can be applied. You can see how the band's lyrical content can be, put forth there in most people's lives, dependent on what they're going through. I think in particular when you're an adolescent and you feel like you've got the world on your shoulders, this is a fantastic band to assist you in navigating and maneuvering through those tough times. This next one's entitled Like the Angel, okay? There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to RPM 10, also known as Revolutions Per Minute, by Rise Against. This is track number 5, entitled Like the Angel. I think I've heard this one on the Tony Hawk soundtrack. We are going to refer to the comments as we go through this one, so I'm sure there's going to be some reference. I forgot which one this was in. Maybe Tony Hawk's Underground 1, I assume. Unless it, yeah. I don't know if it was on number 2. It was on one or the other. I don't think it was on American Wasteland. Those are the ones I'm familiar with the most. I grew up with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 and upwards to Project 8, and then I gave up on it all. Tony Hawk's Underground 1. Come on. Very cool how that melody is bass guitar driven. That's a nice change, isn't it? And that drumming's a little bit different from the norm. I mean, generally speaking, no, but as far as the record's concerned, like a little bit of a mid-tempo 2-bomb. approach to the drums there, to the punk drumming. A little bit more mid-tempo as opposed to high-octane, fast, thrashing drums, which is pretty cool. It's a great tune, and it's probably the best chorus we've had on the record so far. And it's the one guitar solo we've had. And the guitar solo was very tasteful, let me tell you that. That's a great song. That's a great song, and it's a very powerful chorus. So I'll just, you know, definitely re-clarify that. It's a fantastic tune. Fantastic tune. We've got Voices Off Camera coming up next. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Revolutions Per Minute by Rise Against. This one's entitled Voices Off Camera. It's devoted to QQ Kachu, who's recommended this via the Patreon. Let's go. Apparently they recorded us some Ghost Note symphonies. Love that drumming. Hey, I've heard this one. I'm so sick of all these people, but I'm scared of being alone. This record's a lot better than the first record, that's for sure. The writing has progressed so much better. Da-da. Come on. I could definitely see a divide between the fandom in regards to the tonality change. That bit, it sounds almost like we should have a ska background to that, a little bit of an offbeat, less than Jake style instrumental. It was an alright tune. I like the verse sections more than the chorus sections though, let it be told. We're blasting through this record. Let me tell you one thing, this album's a very easy listen, isn't it? Very easy listening. And then on that last tune we had, well, it engaged us initially with like a borderline spoken word approach to the vocal line. But with these blazing, skanking drums, and I love that a lot. We've got Blood Red, White and Blue coming up next. Alright, I'll see you there. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Rise Against tonight. In particular, we're listening to Revolutions Per Minute. Alright, let's just jump straight in. Blood Red, White and Blue, track 7. Let's go. this remastered, these recordings? So these dudes are actually playing in London in August. I wonder who with. Nice. D-beat rock and roll. Banana bread, banana bread. That was Blood Red, White and Blue by Rise Against. I had the whole God Bless America thing. In all honesty, I didn't really pick up on the lyrical content prior to that. But that God Bless America thing in relation to the title Blood Red, White and Blue, I think I know we've got a little bit of a punk rock 101 political song on the go. Bruh, I didn't hear half of it, and from what I did hear, I assume it'd be quite basic, to be honest with you. We got Broken English coming up next, alright? This one's a big one coming up, innit? Let's find out what the view count is. So that was on 261,000. This one is on 357,000. So not as huge as a leap as it was on Like the Angel, but I know we got a good tune coming up. Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're blasting through Revolutions Per Minute by Rise Against. This is track number 8, alright? It's entitled Broken English. I may have heard this one before. There's only one way to find out. It's to vote to QQ Couture recommended this via the Patreon, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go. Don't know if I have heard this one.
things you're telling me aren't making any sense. Right back up again. I'm sick of wishing for someone else to come. We're spinning out of control. We're trying to find somewhere to land. And I don't want you to know the things that keep me down. 'Cause we get right back up again. The things you're telling me aren't
Making any sense.
right back up again. I'm sick of wishing for someone else to come.
Pretty good tune, catchy tune. The best part of it is the da 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 da, and then da 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 da. Good use of the backing vocals, and like I said, the backing vocals, the harsher vocals do sound like Lou from Sick of It All. I don't really think too much of the backing vocals being the guy backing himself up though. I want to hear a different vocal in the background, you know. I want to hear... This band is missing out on gang chants on this record. You know, I don't mind the little backing vocal to emphasize a point, but I really want to hear some big, meaty, sing-along gang chant sections. That's what I want. But that was Broken English, and it wasn't a bad tune at all. Like I said, catchy, good melodies. I think we even had a little guitar solo in there as well, to some extent. We've got Last Chance Blueprint coming up next at 2 minutes 14. This is a brief one. Let's keep going. Yes, now. Bless now. Don't forget rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Last Chance Blueprint is the title of this one. We're listening to Rise Against. This is track number 9. Without further ado, let's jump straight in, shall we?
Freak! Well, then so am I! We'll always be freaks and we'll never be like other people. And you'll never be a freak because you're just too perfect.
Ba ba ba. Come on.
Like lights and bloodshot eyes, I'm ticking FS5. We're bad at rhythm, but we're still alive. Go! I'll plan to roll it out. Take all these emotions.
Bass is getting a little fruity on this one. I've never really clocked onto the bass lines on this record up until now.
We place the trust in places no one
Having a little noodle in it.
has chance to go. If I don't leave tonight, I never will. Let's go on last chance to go. Let's take it now before the kill. It's time we find ourselves back where we started from. Too weak to fight and much too tired to run now.
Come on.
Fire swallow me into your perfect life. I'm not going out without a fight. One last chance to go. If I don't leave tonight, I never will. Let's go. One last chance to go. Let's take it now before the count.
Ba-dow. Ba-dow.
If I had to leave tonight, would you come with me?
What?
If I had to go to New York to live tonight, would you come with me?
This blueprint's fading gray. Hair seems like just yesterday. But we mapped out the details of our great escape. Still, these roads all beckon me to uncover their mystery. But I fall like dead autumn leaves. Let the gesture carry me. One last chance to go. If I don't leave tonight, I never will. Let's go. One last chance to go.
First set of samples we've heard on the record, which is a pleasure. I'm not a big fan of samples on a record. I never feel it brings much quality, because having been in bands, I can tell you it's a good idea from a creative perspective, because you can sort of sample what means something to you on that record. But with that being said, you sample something that means something to you. You're not necessarily looking at the record through the eyes of the consumer, which you don't necessarily have to do if it's artistic expression. But as a consumer, as a listener, as someone who's a fan of the band, generally, you know, the samples don't necessarily amount to anywhere near as much as what you think it will do, unless it's something very special. That's a little bit of food for thought. Not a bad tune, not a bad tune at all. Like I said, first time I've heard a little bit of a bass guitar noodle. That makes a change. We've got To The Core coming up next. Alright, let's keep going. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. To The Core is the title of this one. It's a brief one at 1 minute 33. Shall we jump straight in? I think we should do. Hardcore, come on. Creepy crawlies, come on. This is quite a short record, isn't it, really? Now I'm really focusing to the bass guitar. Since it sort of got brought to my attention on the last track, there's a great bass presence, or at least there is in this track. You can hear it jangling away there. This is hardcore, man. We got a mosh section, come on. This is a hardcore track. Really like that guitar tone. Got like a walking ska bass there. That was a good tune. You know what? Even though it doesn't stand out, well, it does stand out, but even though it doesn't like compare structurally or songwriting wise to some of the others, like quality wise, don't really compare. That was one of my favourite ones. I think that was a great sound, and I think they do really well in that hardcore space. I think it goes to show where they're rooted, because it comes across very organic and natural for this band. Very cool. We've got Torches coming up next, alright? Yes! There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. RPM 10, that's revolutions per minute. Torches is the title of this one. We're listening to Rise Against. Let's jump in. Come on. Why is someone saying Tony Hawk's Underground free? Free? There was no Underground free. What's going on? Tony Hawk's Underground free? Apparently, when you search it, Underground free, it just brings up American Wasteland, or maybe they meant Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I crapped my pants then because I was a great big fan of it. I wouldn't, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't buy it, but I'd probably watch someone play it on YouTube or something. I don't have time for video games now, sorry. Come on.
So put your hands where I can see them and shut your mouth. I know who you are. In a world void of feeling or heart.
Digga, 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 digga.
The torches in the dark. Let's break this down. Let's make this count. Let's leave this one us out. No better time than now. Let's break this down. Let's make this count. Let's leave this one us out. No better time than now. The angels dance like feathers float. They're here to see and to be seen. The clock strikes 2, the music slows, and each one slowly dons their wings. Once outside, they all pair off, and hand in hand they leave. But I'm still waiting, yeah, and I'm still waiting. And in my hands could find the sun. Would we ever wake up? And if I turn back all its clocks, there'd be time enough. Will we ever wake up?
That was a powerhouse of a tune, wasn't it? That was Torches. That might have been the longest one. I mean, it was parallel to halfway there as far as longest is concerned, but 3 minutes 41 seconds is quite long for a Rise Against song, which is my cup of tea. When your long songs are 3 minutes 41, it suits my personal taste to a T. That's absolutely fantastic. It's great news to me. We're going to finish this off. That track, Torches, I didn't think it was that good. It wasn't, it didn't stand out to me. But let's keep going. Let's finish this record with Amber Changing, alright? Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're finishing this Rise Against record. Revolutions per minute with the track Amber Changing. It's track number 12, alright? This listen through has been devoted to QQ Kachu. Thank you for recommending this. This has been a nice easy listen, to be honest. We got one video afterwards where I'll go through my final overview of this record for you, alright? Let's finish this record, let's go.
Information kept to myself, and everybody wants to know. I trust the words
Nice. Catchy. Amber Changer was the title of that one. It was an alright finish to the record. It wasn't the best finish to the record we could have had. Let's be fair. But overall, this was a decent listen. I'm going to give you my final overview of this record. All 12 songs in the next video where I'll give you my overview and I'll rate it out of 10, alright? And you'll see whether I like this more than the debut. What do you think? I'll see you there. Bada bing! There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. And signing out, we just listened to the Rise Against second record entitled Revolutions Per Minute. It was recommended on the Patreon by my friend QQ Kachu, who has put me onto some good music in the past and put me onto some even more good music. So we listened to the debut by Rise Against not so long back, and it was a good listen. It was good. Alright, I won't say it was excellent, I'd say it was good. Felt perhaps it overstayed its welcome to some extent. This record, on the other hand, exceeds what we heard on that debut album. This is a better album. 12 songs, which is arguably the right amount of music to have on here. 2 of these songs were brief hardcore songs. Call them a minute and a half each. So, 12 songs was definitely appropriate. High octane, energetic. It's painful for me to call it emotionally driven, because generally if it's punk rock music it tends to be, whether it be one way or another. So it hurts me to say emotionally driven, but it is what it is, isn't it? You have a different energy to this that you might have from your traditional punk rock band. Arguably it's pop punk, but what would you call it? The song structures are good, and that's why you would err it onto pop punk more so, because these dudes are writing really good songs. They're really good songwriters, and it shows. Yeah, so that's really good. I'm happy with this record. The production was good. Now, I'm listening to a playlist entitled RPM 10, which was on the album cover anyway, but I don't know if it was originally on the album cover. I don't know what about RPM 10 it is, because it's revolutions per minute, right? But this has 22 tracks on the playlist, a lot of demos, so I'm assuming what we're listening to is a remastered 10-year anniversary version of the record. Maybe it wasn't touched, and maybe it was just the demos thrown on. I'm not too certain, but the sound was really good. Guitars were big, full, and handsome. When we had one guitar in, you could definitely hear the emphasis when the second guitars came in to really get the energy flowing. Really powerful. The bass guitar was pristine, jangling high-end anthrax sounding, treble bass. The drumming was absolutely amazing, with such space to breathe in the instrumental to essentially just make space for the vocal line and vocal melodies. The drumming was really in your face, in a very positive way. Well produced, really energetic, very, very, very punk rock drumming. I mean, not like a UK 77, anarcho punk band. Very modern punk drumming, very Fat Records drumming, but fantastic punk rock drumming nonetheless. Vocal lines were good. I spoke on it saying, if I was a teenage boy once again, it'd probably touch me a little more so. it takes a lot to get me in the feels at this point in my life. I've got a stone cold heart, all right. So as far as like the emotive value, not only that, but these dudes probably put this record out whilst they were younger than me. So you know, we might not be on the connection as far as where our heads are at, and due to that, the vibration probably just doesn't hit me like it would do someone a little younger, if not me a little younger. So I'm not really too touched on the whole, the whole crybaby aspect of things. With that being said, if I have to rate this record, am I to come back to this record? No, it's not for me. Am I to rate this record? I think it's a great record. I'll give it a 7.75 out of 10. Very virgin on an 8. Which is very good. I think it's a very cohesive record. I think it's a great sounding record. I don't think they waste any space on this record. I could do without the samples on that one song. I forgot which one it was. Last Chance Blueprint, I think. They had a couple of samples. Get rid of them. Just keep it the music. I definitely think it's worthwhile. I can't remember what I rated the first record, the debut, but this is heaps better. The band has found their sound on this record, as opposed to sort of dilly-dallying in between this Songwriter-esque music and like just being a full throttle punk rock band. This is a good record. And on that note, I'm signing out. Peace and love.